Welcome to Lesson 8a, the page lifecycle in web forms. Every time a browser requests a page from a web application using the ASP.NET Web Forms framework, the page must complete a full page lifecycle. The sequence of events in the order that they are raised whenever a page is requested is pre-init, init complete, preload, load, load complete, pre-render, pre-render complete, save state complete, render, and unload. And the page goes through each and every one of these events every single time it is requested. A simple way to view the page lifecycle for your page is to enable tracing. You can enable page level tracing by adding a trace equals true attribute to the @page directive at the top of the page. Tracing is a very powerful tool for understanding the stages that a web forms page goes through. However, when you enable tracing, everyone who views the page can see the tracing information. To prevent this, you can enable application-level tracing by updating the web configuration file to include a trace element with the attribute of enabled set to true. All events in the page's lifecycle are raised every single time a page is requested. To determine whether a page has already been requested, use the isPostback property. In this lesson, you enable tracing on a web page in order to better understand the life cycle that a page goes through. There are no lesson requirements, and the hint for this lesson is to use the page isPostback property to determine whether this is the first time that the page has been requested. To get started, select New Project, select the ASP.NET Web Application template, and enter Lesson 8a for the name of the application. Finally, click the OK button. Add a trace equals true attribute to the @page directive and click the F5 button to start the application. Since tracing has been enabled, all the trace information is located at the bottom of the page. Simply scroll down to see all of the trace information. Now close the browser. Now open the code behind page for the default.aspx page to add a page pre-init event handler. This is going to return a warning that just says my page pre-init event, just to indicate that the page pre-init event has been indeed triggered. Now copy that and put it in the page load event and change the warning to say my page load event. Click the F5 button to run it and scroll down to the bottom of the page to see the trace. In red now you can see the warnings that occurred. Close the browser. Open the about.aspx page and replace the put content here with a list box and a button. The name of the list box is list box colors, and the name of the button is button select color. Now right click the page and go to the code view. In the page load, add some items to the list box. The first item will be the color blue. we can just copy that, and we'll be adding two other colors, the color red and the color yellow. Finally, for this demonstration, we're going to set the rows of the list box to equal the number of items that are in the list box. So it'll grow as the number of items in the list box grows. I'll click the F5 button to run the application. And I'll click the button. Oh my! As you can see, the items are being duplicated on the page because every time the page load is being run, those 3 items are being added to the page. To prevent that, we can test to see if this is a postback. And if it is not a postback, then add the 3 elements. If it is a postback, then they will not be added. So let's go ahead and run the page. And once again, we're going to click the button that says select color. And as you can see, it works.